Hey everybody, welcome back to the SkyLounge. This is Peruse. I don't know what episode this is, but hey, we're here in Las Vegas, and boys and girls, it is a rainy day out here in Las Vegas. Yes, very dreary. Kind of reminds me of Seattle right now, which is great. I fucking love Seattle. You hear that? That's the windshield wipers. Because yes, need my windshield wipers. And the, copyright-free music today is crapping out on me because I don't fucking know, man. Sometimes Spotify sucks dick. And, from the consumer perspective, we also have to recognize that, we're just, customers are just pieces of shit, okay? I always believe this. The customer's never right. And, majority of our, lives, what are we? Consumers. And being consumers, we're just going to complain and bitch, but at the same time, we don't understand, the whole software engineering process behind that shit. I get it. I do. And I recognize that, but at the same time, it's like, can we just figure out simple shit? Or maybe it might be Verizon. I don't fucking know. But again, it's like what Louis C.K. said a couple years ago on a stand-up special, that, we have no idea the technology and work that goes behind developing, cellular technology like that, man. He didn't say it with that much fucking pretentious words, but all I'm saying is, man, listen, technology can fuck us in the ass a lot, okay? Some of them literally might fuck you in the ass, but hey, it's tech, man. It's positive and negative, trust me. That's where we're at in our society right now. So, Peruses, back to back. Yeah. We are actually headed over to the store right now. I'm going to pick up a mom, and then I'm going to watch some hockey today. Yes, the Vegas Golden Knights are playing in Florida, but the broadcasting is going to be scheduled to start at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken. So, good stuff, good deal as always. I love me some hockey now. Rewind this to September 2017, I had no idea what the fuck hockey was. I was like, what the fuck is this fucking sport, man? I don't want to fuck with this shit. It's like fucking Caucasian sport. That's fucking racist and fucked up to say. I get that shit. But, when you don't have any knowledge and you're just, living in ignorance, as I did with hockey, and I'm not afraid to admit that shit. I'm never afraid to admit my, my flaws and shit. Because that's what human beings should do. We should recognize our flaws, get better at it by, acknowledging it and then working on it, But the whole thing became, all right, this is a sport. Majority of players, majority of fans, I feel, are white. I don't know. This seems like a bit of an odd sport here, but let's check it out. And, I fell in love with it. Hockey is one thing I just fell in love with almost immediately after a month or two in. Seriously, I just fell in love with the sport. Absolutely incredible. The pace, the speed, and I'm going past 50. Right when I said speed, I'm going past 50. My God, relax. I know, I gotta relax a little bit. But, no, the sport's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And the thing is, boys and girls, I used to berate sports a lot back in the day. When I was much younger. When I was in high school, I went to magnet school, so we didn't really, our school particularly didn't have any athletics, so, being the fucking nerdy magnet school the institution was, I would just berate sports. I didn't understand it. I lived in ignorance of sports except the World Cup because it's the greatest fucking sporting event ever, okay? I never understood that shit. We'll touch back on all the sports stuff. Actually, no, we'll touch back on the World Cup thing. But every sport discipline has its positives, right? It has its weirdness, but ultimately the fans just love it because it's a sport. It's escapism. It's a reality escapist thing. And kudos to people who tune into their respective teams in whatever sports discipline every time, and people who what I like to call sports monogamists are double kudos for you guys, because I'm telling you, it's hard to stick to a team, especially because team sports You know, they're gonna have lots of ups and downs. And like we talk about in life, you know, there's more downs than ups most times, okay? And so if you have the patience to stick to the one team, man, it's worth it. It's absolutely fucking worth it. But, you know, there's a lot of fucking people out there, oh, I'm gonna cheer for every other fucking team. To be fair, I do that during the World Cup, except, you know, it's not even except, all right? I cheer for a lot of different teams in the World Cup. International football is fantastic. International competitions are so fun to watch. And so I get invested in like different continents, different countries in those continents. Like I have so many fucking international jerseys at this point. Got Iceland, Nigeria, Germany, Colombia, France, South Korea, obviously. Did I say Colombia yet? I said, you know, Colombia is there. But yeah, with international, you know, football, I just like to think of it as, you know, I'm Korean. I lived in America for 21 years, but why stick to the one country? I mean, every culture has its benefits. Every country has a style of football, a philosophy of football that I totally dig. Like Germany, all about technical expertise, all about... I had to close the door there, just because it was getting fucked up. But no, Germany, very technical, very you know, precise, efficient. That's always the word we associate with Germany, the country, or even football. Colombia, there's more liveliness to it. There's more zest. There's more flair. More just showing off with the ball, which I fucking adore. I mean, Nigeria, kind of the same way in that regard. One of the top teams in Africa, man. I mean, they are fantastic. I know Ivory Coast, you know, has been dominant for so long. You know, and then you go to Europe, other parts of Europe. I mean, I love Iceland just because it's a 300,000 people populated population country. I don't fucking know how to pronounce that shit. Not pronounce that shit. I don't know how to fucking state that shit. But it's a country of less than 500,000 people. Let's just say that. Less than 500,000 people. But somehow the love and passion for the sport, and the very fact that they just ranked up so fucking much in like 3-4 years time was incredible. And I'm like, I have to get their jersey. And the Viking clap, come on, man. I mean, who doesn't love the fucking Viking clap? And they actually do that in hockey. The Carolina Hurricanes actually adopted the Viking clap with hockey sticks, which is the coolest fucking shit. Like, people who fucking berate that thing, I'm like, really? Really? You think that's fucking dumb? Like, get the hell out of here, dude. Some of those fucking sellies you see, it's like they're fucking dumb. But anytime the Carolina Hurricanes win a home game, and that happened last night when they beat Vegas, which is unfortunate, but they do the Viking clap with hockey sticks, and it's the coolest fucking shit. But I mean, international football, man, I just love it. I absolutely love it. And you know, if you're gonna ask me about Korea, yeah, I'm a Korean. I always cheer for Korea first. Like Korea's always first for me, no matter what international competition, except hockey, I guess. I guess international hockey, I dig the USA. I mean, I fuck with USA hockey. They're the fucking best. Okay. Has anybody not watched Miracle? Like, Miracle made me just fall in love with USA hockey. It's just like, all right, this is it. This is what America's all about. This is what the USA is all about, man. Fucking, you know, blue-collar guys going against the elites, and despite all the fucking odds, beating them. It's the greatest fucking sports story. Holy shit, I might go watch Miracle later. Like, I fucking love Miracle. Miracle is one of the best sports movies. It might be my favorite sports movie. And really, I remember rewatching Miracle after I got into hockey, and it made, I mean, obviously the rules and stuff, they made more sense because you're now a fan of hockey. But man, the fucking motivation behind Coach Herb Brooks is unbelievable. And boys and girls, if you haven't watched Miracle, please do. If you're a hockey fan, please watch Miracle. It is an unbelievable film. And yeah, people might bitch about Disney, but it's one of the best sports films out there. Period. And if you do get a chance, go on YouTube. Miracle on Ice documentary. Absolutely fantastic, detailing all the little nuances of what happened in the USA training camp. And I'll tell you right now, the movie doesn't really sugarcoat a lot of this shit, which is great, which is fucking great. But what I was saying was, you know, all this good stuff in, you know, I love international football, hockey, all these sports, they're fucking incredible. Every discipline of sports has something great to give. Every discipline of sports has something really awesome to show. And, you know, the sport that I loved the longest at this point, the sport that I have watched for a majority of my life, and the one that was introduced to me when I came to the United States, was basketball. But unfortunately right now with basketball, the parity issue is a big thing for me. I know people bitch about it. I know people like fucking Colin Cowherd, oh, there's something wrong with like no parity. It's great to have a dynasty. But dude, when you only have 4 fucking teams that are competing out of 32, you really have a problem with your league, okay? The NFL, perfect example of what parity can do. Parity this season for the NFL made it so much better. The parity in the NFL this season, I think we talked about this in another Peruse, but the reality of the NFL this season was there were still playoff implications with 3 weeks left. That hasn't really happened in a long time. But once that happened, the narratives, the stories, the games, they all got more interesting. They got so much more better. And unfortunately right now with the NBA, this is just a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess. It's the Golden State Warriors versus everybody else. And yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, and of course, you know, we're one of the most storied franchises, and yes, I am a little salty at the fact that we haven't been to the playoffs in a long time, and yes, I'm also fucking pissed off that we haven't won a championship, but at the same time, look at the general landscape of the NBA right now. Okay, look at the general landscape of the NBA right now, and tell me that 16 actual teams have a chance of winning the championship. There isn't. There absolutely isn't. Okay? And I'm not saying like, oh, water down the league, none of that shit. I don't know. I don't know what the fucking problem is. Like, yeah, it might be Golden State, but at the same time, it's like, dude, they built that shit up. They built that shit up. Like, half the league is tanking, and it might be based on talents. Are you overpaying talents? Was it the CBA agreement that you always started overpaying players and like we're seeing less decent products out there? I don't know. I honestly don't know what the answer is. But with the NBA, I'm telling you, there is a huge parity problem. And it is getting so fucking boring to watch the NBA at times. And I don't want it to be like that. I love the NBA. I love basketball. Basketball is such a wonderful sport. And to see the league kind of veer off into this one-sided game, it's gotten so boring, dude. It's gotten so boring. And now the whole thing with the NBA too is if you don't shoot the 3, you're gonna lose every night, guaranteed. Like if you can't shoot 3s, you're never gonna win. And I find that to be crazy because basketball is more than just shooting 3s. It really is. There's so many other technical aspects to it. I mean, I'm not an expert by any means. If you guys see my review videos, Jesus Christ, I don't know shit. But at the same time, it's like all the subtle things that make basketball great. Fakes, defense, passing, screens, dunks. I'm a sucker for dunks. I'm a sucker for good dunks. I'm a sucker for good in-game dunks. Zion Williamson, no. Like kudos to Zion Williamson, the kid at Duke, killing it right now. But that's a kid. That's a child. That's a grown ass child. All right, and I'm not saying he's childish. I'm just saying he's not in the NBA yet. All right, when you're in the NBA, 2-3 years in, you're a man. Okay, you're a fucking man. And I want to see some of that shit in game. I love seeing in-game dunks, right? Posterizing, like fuck, man. Basketball is more than just shooting fucking 3s. That's all I'm saying. And I know people love the Golden State Warriors. I know there's so many fucking bandwagon fans that just jumped on that dick, since 2015. But basketball is more than 3s. It really is, man. I mean, look at the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. They weren't just 3s. They were, tough defense, good depth players, and just smart half-court plays. And so, we credit that to LeBron, but ultimately basketball is a team effort. And right now, I mean, every fucking team, dude, I just feel like literally only 4 teams are in contention this year, in my eyes. Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics, Oh, it's a stretch for the other two. It really is. I swear to God, it is a stretch for the other two because regular season wins don't mean shit in the long run. It really doesn't. Like, look at the Toronto Raptors. For years, they've done this shit of, oh, we're gonna do well. We're gonna do great in the regular season. They had some of the greatest fucking. They have massed some of the greatest talents. Like, if you look at the Toronto Raptors, roster history, they boasted some of the greatest talents ever. T-Mac, I mean, not greatest ever, but I mean, pretty good talents overall, though. I had to retract that statement. But, like Jalen Rose, T-Mac, fucking Chris Bosh, right? Now, Kyle Lowry, he's a pretty damn good player. DeMar DeRozan, who they fucked over. Now they got Kawhi Leonard. It's like, dude, I know what the fuck is going to happen in Toronto. People keep hyping up Toronto so fucking much, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think they're going to do anything. So for me, it's just Boston and the Golden State Warriors. And I know there's going to be so many fucking people just bitching at me about that shit. Like, oh, you're wrong, man. You don't know basketball at all. And you're probably that fuckboy fan who just goes on House of Highlights on Instagram and just watch a little highlights and say, oh, this is great. This is the GOAT. Like, that word is so thrown around. It's thrown around so much now. It gives me a fucking headache. GOAT. Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Now, I'm bitching about that in every discipline of sports because, I mean, let's be frank, boys and girls. Majority of people throw their fucking opinions out. And a lot of times, when people throw the word GOAT, it's like, what the fuck are you even talking about GOAT? I remember one time at the hotels when I was working there, some jackass customer, some fucking idiot from the Bay Area said, Steph Curry is the greatest player of all time, greater than Michael Jordan. I had to look at him and think, are you fucking high? Like, give me some of what you're having, dude. Steph Curry is the greatest of all time? You are fucking ridiculous. Now, I will say this. Steph Curry is a revolutionary player. He absolutely is. I agree with Colin Cowherd when he says this. Steph Curry has changed the landscape of the NBA. Absolutely. He's pretty much forced that, threes and, perimeter defense is a absolute fucking must for any semblance of playoff hopes, okay? But to suggest that he's the greatest of all time is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. It really is. For me, despite the fact that I've never seen him play, and despite the fact that, yes, LeBron James is playing, and I know a lot of fucking kids will say LeBron James is the greatest of all time, I still consider Michael Jordan to be the greatest of all time. Period. In basketball. Absolutely in basketball. Right? And so, yes, there's going to be arguments. Yes, there's going to be fucking stupid debates, but they're kind of meaningless in the long run of things, long kind of scheme of things. And like, I don't want to get into LeBron James, Michael Jordan debate. I really don't. Like, I'm not having any of that shit. It's so fucking dumb. But in football, okay, not, world football, but American football, the greatest of all time is Tom Brady. Okay, I don't know why people keep arguing with this shit now. I'm not even throwing stats. Like, just think of the longevity. Think of the longevity, and how many fucking Super Bowl that guy's just been in. Okay, and the very fact that that entire Patriots team this season had an off year this season. Okay, and yes, the Super Bowl's tomorrow. At the same time, kids, this man is the greatest of all time. Joe Montana's no. He surpassed Joe Montana about 2 years ago. And all you fuckwads who keep saying Joe Montana are either Kansas City fans, San Francisco fans, or just Brady haters. You guys are fucking idiots. That's what the fuck you are. Jesus Christ, man. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit? Yeah, fuck you, man. Listen, man. I'm just saying. No matter how much you want to hate on Tom Brady, like, if you're a fucking Pittsburgh fan, Denver fan, Seahawks fan, any fucking fan that hates the Patriots, I get it. I get the hate. I do. But don't be fucking stupid, all right? Don't be fucking stupid. It's like if you went outside. Okay, I'm gonna explain it like this. If at this point in your life, if you're arguing that Tom Brady isn't the GOAT, it's like if you go outside on a rainy day and you just say, it's not raining. It's not raining at all. And you're like, no, dude, it's literally wet outside and there is water coming from the fucking skies. No, dude, it's dry. Then you're a fucking idiot. Like, Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. I don't know what the fuck people keep trying to argue like with me on this shit. I really never understood this shit. I just don't get it. I don't. Fucking idiots, man. And I'm a Seahawks fan. Like, I shouldn't even fucking like Tom Brady. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, he is the greatest. Okay, he's the fucking greatest. I don't give a shit what your stupid ass opinions are. He is the absolute greatest. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm telling you, man, people just try to be argumentative because they want attention, right? They absolutely just want attention. And I'm telling you, a lot of these dumbasses I debate shit with, I'm like, you guys sound like fucking morons. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's just coming from a place of hate. I mean, I'll admit to it right now. I fucking hate the Rams. I don't want them to win anything. And I will not give them any semblance of credit. And also the thing with the Rams, too, is like, you haven't won shit yet with this current squad, nor any of the fucking players. So shut the fuck up, Rams fans. I don't want to hear shit. I really don't. As for Patriots fans, dude, just shut the fuck up. Enjoy life. All right? You're going to your, what, like fucking 11th? I don't know how many fucking Super Bowls they've been to at this point. I really don't. In the Brady era. What, they got to 3, they lost 3. They won 5. Oh my God, they've been to 8 Super Bowls. This is their 9th fucking Super Bowl. Jesus fucking Christ. How do you not remember that shit, dude? I've been fucking closing off the Super Bowl thing because it's a whole trigger thing for me. I don't want to see any of these teams win. Neither of these teams, I don't want to see them win. But unfortunately, that's the way it is. And boys and girls, my sports rant for today is just about done because we are at the store and I am all pooped out of arguing about Tom Brady and my hatred for the Rams because fuck the Rams. I hope nobody wins a Super Bowl because fuck everybody. But boys and girls, follow me at the SCY Lounge and all links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. Now fuck off.